People in their 20s aren't in the high-risk category when it comes to death for COVID-19, but they are among the largest group of people who are getting new COVID-19 infections. 22-year-old Troy Hart is getting his life back to normal after he says he battled COVID-19 for nearly all of June. Hart says his fever and breathing got so bad that he had to seek treatment at Sacred Heart Hospital. He says he's happy he survived the virus, but it was a tough 20-day slog. He says after posting his story, that's been shared hundreds of times, he says he's also been harassed by some online who accuse him of either making it up or blowing it out of proportion.
If what I have to say can go on to, make, 10 people think, consider wearing a mask, or people my age to kind of take it a little more seriously, and, it may save someone else from getting the virus, and I'm totally fine with whatever people want to say about me online. They can go ahead and do whatever they want to do.
With her daughter by her side, Gina Ross celebrates her second negative test. Ross's road to survival started in mid-March.
I felt like I had the flu. I was hot, I was cold, and I had a fever.
All typical symptoms of the deadly virus. After getting tested later in the month, her condition got worse. Weak and out of breath, her daughter rushed her to the hospital.
They put in my information, they put the oxygen on me, and my test popped up positive.
But how did she get it?
I remember from some meetings I was at, some spit got on my face and in my eye. So I think that probably is initially how I got it.
Ross was hospitalized twice, spending a total of 9 days in the hospital.
The first question that they asked me at the hospital is, if you stop breathing, do you want us to resuscitate you? And so that brought some fight up in me, gasping for air. I'm like, yes, I'm not going to die. I have too much to do.
But Gina's asthma didn't help her odds of survival.
My lungs are a little tight and a little inflamed.
Over time, Gina's condition improved. She was released from the hospital and eventually tested negative for the virus. Now that lockdowns are being lifted, her advice to you is to be careful.
It's real. Use safety precautions if you just have to be out and about.
Meanwhile, Gina Ross is a survivor. She credits medicine and a higher power.
A country divided along COVID lines. People packed into band party buses in Nashville as Tennessee had its deadliest week and moves closer to 100,000 cases.
You're wearing a swastika.
In Minnesota, an angry confrontation after a couple shows up at a Walmart wearing masks with swastikas. Walmart banned them for a year. And in Arkansas, where hospitalizations hit a new single-day record and anti-mask march.
The government is here to protect our Constitution, not to protect our health.
The pandemic surging in Florida, second in cases only to California, with more than 400,000.
I'm not going to wear a mask to make somebody else feel comfortable.
In Texas, thousands fighting for their lives in hospitals as bar owners struggle to keep their businesses alive.
We can either fight this thing with everything that we have or go out like pathetic losers.
The West is getting worse. California leads the country in infections, and in Arizona, ICU beds are almost 90% full. Traveling ICU Dr. Luis Rosario in Phoenix.
We've lost a lot of young people.
No pre-existing conditions.
Young people with no pre-existing conditions.
One of those healthy young people, a 40-year-old nurse who worked right there in the ICU.
I had to put him on a breathing machine, screaming his wife's name, and the last words he heard was from me, telling him that we were going to take good care of him. And unfortunately, he died